This is cool. It's the keypad for the elevator. It's all touch sensitive, and then it tells you which elevator it's coming to. Like it'll say B, but there's no controls in there, so nobody could like. Well, it's day 3 of Comic-Con. It's Friday. I keep thinking it's Saturday because we've been here so long already, but it's Friday, which is the first full day. I mean, it was a full day time-wise yesterday, but today they'll have more events and things, and it, of course, is day 17 of 100 days of making comics.
He was the OG Raphael back in the 80s, and now he's a wonderful Donatello on this series. Give it up for Rob Paulsen!
Who you're seeing now is Kevin Eastman, co-creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then this is just a bit of panning around while we were trying to get in the Hasbro line again. And here you can see Gandalf asking for directions. We're glamorously waiting on the Hasbro line. This was another weird eating day where I had a cappuccino and then we went to some panels, and neither Q or I had any food until a few hours into the day, and we both had pretzels. Then later on, we had a pretzel again. These were us sitting on the floor in a designated area. And yeah, it was kind of a long, short day, and we started heading back, looking at some billboards and funness. These are people camping out for Hall H the next day, Saturday. And then here's that bridge thing again, which is a pain in the butt to climb, but it sure is pretty to look at. Bus. Hey, so I'm back in the hotel room. You can tell I have a lot more energy. Now, don't be fooled. I'm still very tired, but I got a good 7-8 hour night sleep-ish. But it's one of those things where I hadn't got a good night's sleep in so long, I really wanted like 12 hours. And then I've been on the floor all day. I did go to a couple panels, Q and I did. We went in a little bit later today, which was nice, because it allowed the sleep, as I was speaking of. First panel was TMNT, that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The animation panel, which was pretty awesome. They had most of the voice cast there, the producer, and it was hosted by Andre the Black Nerd, who's a YouTuber I follow, so that's cool. And yeah, it was like an hour long. They showed a new episode that hadn't been aired yet that introduced a new character, and they had the voice actress of that character, and then they all talked and blah blah blah. And they showed some sample art, like concept art of that character. Actually, I'll show you right here. Here's the art they showed. This is the concept art for the new character that I was talking about, which is sort of a magical ninja girl, and this is for like a future season where they're kind of apocalyptic ninjas. So that was cool, and then we split ways, and she went to see Patrick Rothfuss, who's a fantasy writer, who I read one of his books, but, you know, I would see it if there wasn't the other thing I went to, which was Berkeley Brecht, who is most known for doing Bloom County. I'm cutting in here with a couple images for those that don't really know his work. This was one of his first drawings from, I think he said it was his high school or college art class that he had drawn first, and then got an F, and then added the word Gesundheit, and then he got an A. And there is his character, Bill the Cat, eating Snoopy. And here he is, the man himself, speaking. Now back to me, Gaz. And Opus and things like that. He had done it back in the 80s, and I read a lot of those comics in collections when I was a kid, when I was like, I don't know, I say 11, 12. And this was like in the late 80s, early 90s, but the strips had been more like early 80s, and a lot, they're kind of political, you know, like broad political comedy. I mean, there's also a cat coughing up hairballs and stuff like that, but it was not intended, it wasn't like Hagar the Horrible or, you know, Family Circus, where it was like fun for all ages. It was like more for a little bit older crowd, a little more savvy crowd, and a lot of the jokes went right over my head. But I always liked the artwork, and I liked the sort of tempo of the way he made characters speak, and the sort of, for lack of a better term, I don't know what you call it, his voice, his thought process, whatever. I always liked the art. I always liked the writing style more than even the jokes, which I didn't necessarily get. And he started doing it again. I mean, there's been other things he's done in between, but he started up Bloom County daily strips, putting it on Facebook, putting it online. I've read a few. I want to get the collection, but I'm not buying it at the con because I've already spent so much money and I have so much to bring home. And it's a book that I could get anytime, which is kind of weird. It's like, I'm not going to buy this comic at Comic-Con, but it is like, there's kind of no reason to, unless, of course, I have an opportunity to get him to sign it or something, which I might. But seeing his panel was great, and he talked a lot about not just his strip, but, you know, his ongoing sort of friendly rivalry with Bill Watterson of Calvin and Hobbes, which I kind of knew about, and he showed some private art between the two of them. And he talked about why he came back to doing Bloom County and stuff. And I'm kind of excited because now I'm at an age where I will get his references as they're, you know, current and pertinent and things like that. So that we did those two good panels. Then we went downstairs, got in the Hasbro line again, which you saw, and yeah, it was great because we spent some time in it, don't get me wrong, but we didn't have to wait online ahead of time, and we got the other exclusives that we wanted. Q wanted a Yokai Watch one that was out, and I wanted a Star Wars one that was out, and we got both of those. And then we headed over to another area and tried to get another exclusive and failed. But we had a good start to the day. We got some exclusives, we had some cool panels, and we're ending a little early. Not that early, because it closed down around 6 or whatever, but we're gonna go meet up with some people for dinner that she knows from work over at BJ's. It's like 7:30 now, we're back at the hotel. We're pretty much gonna head over there after I do this. I haven't done my 30 minutes. I wanted to do it at the con. I figured, well, I'm gonna be sitting in lines for hours, and I was, but I wasn't sitting, I was standing, and I had to keep moving. And then I sat for a minute, but I had to move, and same thing on the bus. I'm always like tired or it's difficult. And then yesterday and today, I thought, well, we're gonna be back at the hotel before we go out again. I'll try to do my 30 minutes. And today, like yesterday, I really have more like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and I have to like go to the bathroom and stuff. And so I'm only making this video because the bathroom was occupied. So I'm gonna stop doing this now. We're gonna go out, and then you'll see me again later where I'll be more tired and doing my 30 minutes again. All right, Gazbot out. We haven't had enough walking, so we decided to walk to the restaurant. It's nice to be outside and not drenched in sweat. I guess that's what you get when you take an 8 o'clock walk. Hey everybody, it's an 8 o'clock walk. 8 o'clock walk.
8 o'clock walk?
8 o'clock walk is right, that's right. Got done with dinner, now I'm laying on the floor, gonna spend 30 minutes. Here. Okay, 30 minutes done. I'm not terribly satisfied. This is again one of those days where I'm forcing it and I'm going through the motions and I'm drawing for 30 minutes. I'm not loving what I'm drawing. I'm not sure how productive it is in the long run, but I did it. It's designs for Boots' uncle, who I have previously designed and drawn in the book. He's one of the military officers, but I was trying to draw the casual version of him. He had a hat on, so I had to draw his hair and a casual around-the-house outfit that she would interact with him later. So let me show you. So I did this one first without looking at my reference, and it's very off model. This one is pretty close to the reference, and I was just making up some hair to go along with it. This is one I did later, again, sort of based on that reference, not looking at the original. And then over here, flip, I started doing his hair a little different, and I didn't like it, and I was messing around with the body, and you can see I used like a thick black marker. I'm basically thinking of him in a tank top and sort of boxer shorts type thing, but then I thought making it a black tank top would be a little different, and giving him socks that are kind of like tabby, like kind of Japanese style socks. And then this is sort of like how I was messing around that might be in his apartment. None of this is great. I don't think any of it is super final usable. You could argue this is some of the bad ideas or drawings that I need to get out of the way anyway, maybe. I don't know. I can't tell. I'm doing it. I am a professional. I'm not as horribly tired as I was yesterday. In that video I could barely keep my eyes open. Now it's like 11:30. I'm tired. I got a full night's, I would say good night's sleep. I got a full night's sleep last night, but I feel like I just need to have like a 12-hour night's sleep and a day where I do nothing to recover from the going, and I haven't had that yet. It's weird because I'm at Comic-Con. I'm having a great time, but I'm just so exhausted every night, and then I got to do this, and it's hard to get the energy. Like I said, I could force myself to do it. That's all I could do, and that's what I'm doing. And tomorrow is Saturday, and I think we're going to try to get up early to help Q get this Bear Gundam model. But whether we do that or not, it's going to be another big day of walking and excitement and fun and frustration all mixed together, ending with me once again not being able to work on my 30 minutes until I'm too tired to do it well. Hopefully not, but that's, whatever. As we've learned, math is not my strong suit. Last time I said the wrong number of days, and I put in a text correction, which was also wrong. What is today? Is today day 17? I just double checked. Today is day 17, and if today is day 17, well then that means we've got 83 more phenomenal days left.